Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ABWN. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I think this is now the third day in a row I've done this one. I want to keep things updated, but I'm going to go ahead and call a bottom here. Why do I say that? Well, this thing, in my mind, is like the biggest turd, is the biggest piece of garbage in like all of the stock market. I mean, what a joke this stock is. This thing's like the worst stock ever. However, from a human psychology point of view, and what I've learned about myself is usually when I feel like something is the biggest piece of garbage ever, usually that's the bottom. So we'll see if that plays out or not. But and I did that a couple weeks ago with the stock, and it did bounce the next day. So and if you're thinking the same way, that's just kind of how the human mind works. So I mean, but just doing this video, it seems all this does is go down and down every single day. Opening 30 minutes flushes. So we'll see what happens with it, but I do want to map out a couple levels just in case this is some sort of bottom and the price does start to bounce. We'll map out a couple areas of support and resistance. So the first level of resistance, so like I said, if there is going to be any sort of bounce and any sort of momentum generated, it's got to get up through 0.011. So 0.011 is definitely kind of like that momentum hurdle in the sense of, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to generate momentum if it breaks up through there, but if there's any chance at all of gaining some momentum on a bounce, then 0.011 is definitely going to be that first key level that needs to be broken. Next level of resistance after that will be the former level of support from yesterday, and that sits up there at 0.0132. Now on the flip side of things, where are these levels of support at? Pretty straightforward right now, just like I've talked about in past videos. It's all about where the bleeding finally stopped today, and that was down here at 0089. Now the one thing that's, and maybe I'm stretching here a little bit. If you think I'm stretching, that's fine. You can call me out. But the bulls do actually have a little bit of an uptrend right here. Granted, it's a very, very tiny uptrend. But who knows? Maybe, the bulls are, this is kind of a leading indicator of some sort of bounce to come. We shall see. But please, don't throw your kids' entire college tuition into this thing just because there's a slight little uptrend, on the chart. That's not what I'm saying. It's just kind of a little observation on my part. But yeah, I think, like I said, a bounce is coming. This thing's the biggest piece of trash. I don't think it could get any worse than that. So let's see if my human mind, in terms of, kind of being totally wrong, because usually when most people are thinking something can't get any worse, that's exactly when it starts to bounce. So we'll see how that plays out over the next couple of days. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.